Hey guys, Hybrid Toy Reviews here, wanting to bring you a review of the Star Wars The Black Series Omega from the Bad Batch Season 2. This is her Mercenary gear look, same as the Walmart exclusive figures. It's a really cool looking figure, and one that I think is probably going to be pretty essential, especially if you've picked up the other Mercenary gear appearances from Season 2, the Walmart exclusive wave. You can't just have those with that Season 1 Omega, come on now. But yeah, super cool figure. Let's get into the review, see if she's one that you think you need for the collection. Alright, let's go ahead and take a look at the packaging. This is your standard plastic-free packaging, although I believe the final wave of it, so let's rush through these and get on to the good stuff. You have your Black Series logo up above a render of Omega, posed up pretty nice. You have Star Wars The Bad Batch in maroon across the front. Her name quotes Mercenary gear. Warning 4+ Hasbro plastic-free packaging. This side of the box features some artwork of Omega, looking pretty cool. This side features your Black Series logo, render of the figure saying she stands at 4.6 inches tall. Plastic-free packaging logo. Around back, you have your Black Series logo, the render of Omega again, her name, a bio in varying languages, pause and read whichever one applies best to you. She's number 18 in the Bad Batch lineup. Bunch of legal stuff, Disney, Hasbro, legal barcode underneath. Up top, there's just a hanger tab, which is for hanging the figure. And yeah, all in all, this is standard packaging, nothing special here. So let's get into it and take a look at the figure inside. Alright, here's Omega out of the packaging. As always, we're going to take a look at the accessories. For starters, she comes with an alternate head, something that we don't see very often. This head looks very good, has a nice resemblance to what Omega would probably look like, were she live action and not animated. It looks like a good adaptation. She has a nice kind of shortcut, swept off to the back and side haircut. Not really any wash to it, but the texture is nice and it looks very good. It's very nice coloring. Comparing that to the Season 1 figure, something that people have pointed out is the skin tone on these is basically the same, which is nice that they've translated the plastic. People have said that these heads look very good when swapped onto the Season 1 one, and I agree with that. But to compare the paint on the heads real quick, Season 1 was very like white blonde, you know, and then this is a little bit more realistic colored. I do like how this looks a bit more than the Season 1, not gonna lie. She also has, just out of the box, her wearing her hat with a little bit more of a meaner look on her face. I think that's appropriate, but obviously the hat plasters her hair down, so if you were going to make the hat removable, it'd either be a giant hat or her hair would look bad, so doing the swappable head is definitely the solution here, and they do swap very easily like so. So yeah, that is a nice feature here. Otherwise, she comes with her bow in two different forms. Now, these are totally new. The most exciting new one is the collapsed form, because the thing does collapse down very compact like so. Has a little peg on this side. Otherwise, it's in a very nice kind of brassy gold paint with little dark gray paint strips on the edges here. She has a shoulder strap, and the bow pegs in like so. And so she has pretty nice looking back storage. I do like how this one looks. And yeah, it just completes the appearance of the figure. Standing her like so. Let's take a look at the bigger bow, or the not collapsed bow, I'll say. It's definitely the way to go, having the bow out, you would think. But this is actually a little bit clunky. Now, it's not reuse of the Season 1 bow, I'll say. If you bring it in, you see there are some differences. Arguably, the Season 1 bow is a good bit larger. It's less drawn. It's more, the string is more straightened up, whereas this is like drawn in a steep draw. This bow features a little handle on this side, which is nice, so it makes it a little bit easier for her to hold it. Season 1, she just had to hold the handle here. But something that I'm not a huge fan of with this figure is because of the draw that they have drawn on that bow, just using her articulation, when you have her hand on the pull point and her other hand on the handle, I mean, she's holding it at a true 180 from her core. She does not have the articulation to draw it back like a true, bow would be. It just doesn't work very well, whereas the Season 1, with its lesser draw, admittedly it's clunkier, you have to work it into the hand more. At least, when you get her hands on it, you can kind of get her in a little bit more of a pointing it pose, even if just slightly more. So it's weird. I mean, like, they've revamped it, but they've not made it any better. Arguably, the weapon is just too large for her, which isn't inaccurate to the show. It's a very large weapon, and it seems she struggles with it. But yeah, not really liking how it's translated to action figure form. But thankfully, this go around, she's been given the collapsed one. So I'll just stick this on her back, and she'll just be neutral Omega. So it's not the end of the world, but it definitely doesn't work. So, looking at Omega, as mentioned, we've looked at the faces. They look very nice. The one on it is a little bit grumpier. From the neck down, she's wearing her like bright red shirt with her blue and navy jacket. Sleeves rolled up, of course, with her little wristband tied on there. From the waist up, this is totally new, but from the waist down, this is actually reuse. If we bring in that Season 1 Omega again, you see some recolorings, different colored boots and pants, where they are exactly the same sculpt, even, not to upskirt the child per se, but I mean, like, even the waist piece is reuse here. It's got the same sculpting, and it's just, just how it's worked out. It's a good-looking figure, and arguably it looks exactly like it should in the show, so it's absolutely not a gripe, just pointing it out. But yeah, it's a really good-looking figure, I gotta say. It's a nice representation of her. I love her little communicator stuck into her chest strap there, a shoulder sling. Looks very nice, a little bit of silver paint on the buckle there. Like, I don't know, Season 2 Omega, that look was definitely upgraded, I gotta say. She's pretty cool in the new season. And I'm super happy to finally have this appearance to go with these Season 2 Bad Batch figures. The last 2 weeks we've been reviewing those, and so we finally have this to go with it, and lined up really nice. But yeah, really, really liking the Bad Batch lately. So, let's run through some articulation really quick. She features a double ball bell neck system, allowing her to look that far up, which is pretty good. That far down, which is good. Side to side. Ton of pivot, of course. You can get her arms up to a T-pose. There's little butterfly joints in there. 360 at the shoulders, with single jointed elbows that go 290 and rotate. 360 on the wrist, with the left hinging in and out, the right hinging up and down. She features a mid-torso ball joint, allowing her to crunch that far forward, that far back. Get some side-to-side movement and pivot, of course. Her legs kick that far, and they go straight forward. Tiny bit back. There's an upper thigh rotation with single jointed knees that go a little past 90. She has a boot cut, which is nice, and then her feet can point basically straight down, decently forward, and there's a forward-facing pin for rocker, allowing you to get her in some decently wide stances with both feet flat on the ground. Let's do some size comparisons. Slide her back there. Let's go ahead and bring in Hunter. I've been messing with these figures a little bit, so hopefully I can get them all to stand. Let's bring in Tech. Let's bring in Echo. We'll bring in Wrecker. And then, because I haven't put him with the gang yet, because I couldn't find him last week when I filmed those reviews about Imperial Crosshair. All in all, these do look pretty good together, I gotta say. She's shorter than the rest, so her scale works. So, at the end of the day, what do I think of Mercenary Gear Omega? I love this one. I think she is a worthy upgrade to the Season 1 outfit, which is not a bad figure in and of itself. But it's a really cool figure. I really like the character. She had a lot of growth in Season 2. I think that this is, definitely a character that should be in your collection. If you got the Season 2 Bad Batch Walmart wave, if you went through and got that whole set, you need the upgraded Omega. She is part of the team. She completes the unit. So, do I recommend her? Absolutely. I've been seeing that she's been popping up in some GameStops. She's been available at a few online retailers. She's starting to hit right now. So I recommend, if you're a Bad Batch fan, go track her down, get her on the shelf. You need her. She's part of the unit. Go get her. I really am happy with this one. Really no flaws to write home about here. So that's it for now. Thanks for watching. It means a lot that you did. If you enjoyed, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and join that channel membership to become an HTR superfan for 99 cents a month. You get your user at the end credits of every single review, just to show that you care a little bit. And that's it for now. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Until then, may the Force be with each and every one of you. Bye.